Hello everyone. The topic of today's video is about the Holy Roman Empire. The Holy Roman Empire was a multi-ethnic complex of territories in Central Europe that developed during the early Middle Ages. In 799, the Pope is in need of help from the Frankish king after being attacked by his enemies in the streets. Pope Leo III made his way through the Alps to visit Charlemagne at Paderborn. Charlemagne travels to Rome in 800 to support the Pope. On Christmas Day in the year 800, Charlemagne was crowned as Roman Emperor by Leo III. Charlemagne forged an alliance with the Pope and Germanic tribe, which launches the concept of the Holy Roman Empire. The Holy Roman Empire becomes formally established in 962 when Pope John XII crowned the German king Otto I as emperor. It is also the beginning of an unbroken line of Holy Roman emperors that lasted through 8 centuries. Otto and his sons and grandson regarded the imperial crown as a mandate to control the papacy. Subservience was not the intention of the papacy in reinstating the Holy Roman Empire. The struggle for dominance between Pope and Emperor comes to a head in 2 successive reigns of the Emperor Henry III and Henry IV in the 11th century. In 1046, Henry III deposes the 3 rival popes. Pope Nicholas II initiates a process of reform which exposes the underlying tension between empire and papacy. In 1059, at a synod in Rome, Pope Nicholas condemns various acts within the church. These include simony, marriage of clergy, and other corrupt practices in papal elections. Nicholas restricts the choice of a new pope to a conclave of cardinals. In 1061, the assembled bishops of Germany, the emperor's own faction, declare all the decrees of the pope null and void. Meanwhile, the pope has been enlisting new allies such as the Normans. Pope Gregory seizes political control by decreeing in 1075 that no ruler may make appointments. Powerful bishops and abbots were to become pope's men rather than emperor's men. The issue becomes known as the investiture controversy, being in essence a dispute over who has the right to invest in high clergies with the robes and insignia of office. The struggle between emperor and pope occurred over the next centuries to determine who was superior. In the mid-13th century, the empire had an interregnum where no emperor was crowned. In fact, there were many periods in the empire where it experienced interregnum. During the 13th century, a general structural change in how land was administered prepared the shift of political power. Instead of personal duties, money became increasingly the common means to represent economic value in agriculture. Whoever owned land had jurisdiction. During the reign of Charles IV, the Golden Bull of 1356 brought major changes to the empire. The bull named 7 prince-electors who were to choose the king. The 15th century was not a good time for the empire because there were many problems with the constitution. The assembly of the realm's leadership was deteriorated. Feuds often broke out between dukes, which escalated into local wars. At the same time, the Catholic Church had issues of its own, with wide-reaching effects in the empire. The conflict between papal claimants only ended with the Council of Constance. In 1440, Frederick III became the first emperor from the House of Habsburg. The Holy Roman Empire would be ruled by the Habsburgs for 3 centuries. During the reign of Maximilian I, the Habsburgs greatly expanded their influence through political marriage. Charles V of Spain was crowned emperor in 1520. His reign was dominated by religious conflict and by wars with France. It was around this time that Martin Luther launches the Protestant Reformation. Charles V continued to battle the French and Protestant princes in Germany. After his son Philip married Queen Mary of England, it appeared that the French would be completely surrounded by the Habsburgs. But this hope proved unfounded when the marriage produced no children. In 1555, when Paul IV was elected as Pope, he sided with France against Charles. Charles eventually gave up his hopes of a world Christian empire. The Peace of Augsburg ended the war in Germany and accepted the existence of Protestantism in the form of Lutheranism. Rebellions started in the Spanish Netherlands, which led to the establishment of the Dutch Republic, with 17 provinces seceding from the Holy Roman Empire and Spain. In 1618, the Bohemian Revolt would start a series of conflicts called the 30 Years' War. Foreign powers became involved, which this conflict involved nearly the entire continent. The Peace of Westphalia ended the war and gave the territories almost complete independence. After the 30 Years' War, the Holy Roman Empire was severely weakened, and it entered a long period of decline. For the remainder of its history, the empire would be embroiled in various European conflicts. The empire was dominated by German dualism between Austria and Prussia after 1740. From 1792 onwards, revolutionary France was at war with the Holy Roman Empire. The empire was dissolved on August 6, 1806, when the last Holy Roman Emperor, Francis II, was defeated by Napoleon at Austerlitz. Napoleon reorganized the empire into the Confederation of the Rhine. Should the Holy Roman Empire still be considered as Roman, or should it be considered as mostly German? It was mostly a multi-ethnic complex of different territories in Central Europe, as I stated at the beginning of this video. The purpose of the Holy Roman Empire, it gave the popes in Rome the military backing of the powerful armies. It provided a Catholic counter to the growth of Orthodox Christianity. It was a mechanism of ensuring that kings and queens kept to the rule of law. And it provided some structure to German lands for administration.